we have one of our one-on-one coaching clients on this call tonight who literally just did a wholesale deal. Everybody
Okay.
congratulate her. I want everybody to give you a big congratulations to Nadia here. So Nadia, you just assigned this deal?
Yes. It's like, it's the comeback. It's the, yeah, thank you.
Congratulations. So how much are you gonna make? That's all we want to know on this call is how much are you gonna make?
So originally it was supposed to be 30 grand.
Yep.
But I tried to help the seller, so I gave her 5,000 of my assignment fee instead of taking it from the buyers who are going to take over the property, who I'm assigning it to. So
Right.
25,000.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome. So
Yeah.
you just made 25 grand. And how long ago did you start? When did you sign up?
You know what? I can't remember anymore. Like, I feel like I've been like in this world, like I'm in a vortex right now. So has it been like a month or 2 months?
I don't think it's even been a month. You're like in line to be one of our quickest students who's gotten a deal, and I'm so proud of you. And
Thank you.
the big thing that I wanted to really stress here is that when people are thinking about starting wholesaling and it's Christmas time, this is proof right now on this call that wholesaling works at Christmas time when the whole real estate industry is shut down. And a lot of times I tell people my story about how I wholesaled on Christmas, like during this period when everything shut down, but now we have students making deals. So do you want to talk a little bit about how did this deal come together?
So the funny thing is this is the deal that got away. It was like my first deal that I thought I screwed up. And so what ended up happening was, I told her that my door is always open for her. And if she feels that she can't do things on her own, because she was going to rent it and figure it out on her own and renovate herself, that she can call me. And she called me. And so she said to me, you know what, Nadia, you were right about everything. And I had the best rapport with you. And I don't want to do this anymore. It's too much. Could you please, can we talk about the offer again? And so the good thing about this was I got a second chance to do it right.
Yep.
Because the first time the dates, the closing, the conditioning, everything was too fast.
Right.
So I learned very quickly. And I was able not only to get the extended closing that would help the buyers when they come in and take the assignment off, I got the extension on the conditional period that she wasn't willing to give me.
Right.
So after giving her $5,000 towards her mortgage for 2 months, it sold her, like it closed the deal. Right. So yeah, she felt like I was genuinely there to help her.
So you invest $5,000 and you get 25,000.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good investment. If you ask me, congratulations.
Thank you.
So just so everybody, like there's some people here that might not have been here before. So you had this deal under contract in the past. Is that what you meant by the one that got away?
Yeah, it was like my very first, I just started. It was like 2 weeks into the program. And I'm like, oh my God, I got a deal. But I was too anxious and I was like rushing. And because I was like very excited. So this time around, like I paid for the appraisal already, which cost me $1,200. So I didn't have to do that again. And then because that kind of fell through, I already had buyers. So, and they were just like, what happened? So they were waiting. Yeah.
Right.
You're going to interrupt.
So I just want to unpack one part of that. So you're a real estate agent and you're also a real estate broker. So like typically when people work with me, they're always like as a one-on-one coaching student, they're like asking me every step of the way what to do next. And I think you moved really fast the first time, way faster than anybody, because you have the knowledge and you kind of told me afterwards, you're like, oh yeah, I did this. But I think you moved too quickly and it kind of made the deal not work in the end. So we had to walk away and you thought you lost it and you were bummed. But here we are, Christmas is next week. And
yeah, it's the great comeback, honestly. Yeah, but so I had the real estate mindset where you had to kind of close quickly, which is what was my mistake. So wholesale's a little bit different. Right? Wholesale is like put the brakes on. It's a small deposit. You need a really long conditional period. You need to have a longer closing or a reasonable one because
Right,
you need time to get your buyer. Because
right.
if you get a deal, it's great, but like who's gonna take the property? You don't want to get stuck with it. So those are things I learned like very quickly. But yeah, so
I'm so happy you're the second real estate agent that's used our process to get a deal. And for the longest time, I was trying to get real estate agents to see the value in what we're doing here. But now that now that we've done this, I'm just gonna keep it small. I don't want too many people finding. I don't want all the real estate agents finding.
no, I don't want them either. I'm sure Donna and whoever else is an agent on this call or in this group, we don't want everybody to know.
Right.
We would rather help everyone in the group right now to like, just sharpen their tools because once you learn it, it's like a secret door.
Can I ask you a question about that? So if you had done this deal as a real estate agent, how much would you have made just your portion, like the that you would have taken home?
So on a regular deal, if I'm a buying agent, it's typically 2 to 2.5% on the purchase price. So if it's 680,000, I would have done because that you have to share your commission with the selling agent. So if it was 680,000, let's say times 0.025, and that's 17,000, but then I have to pay my brokerage and I have to pay taxes, and by the time it gets to me, that would be about maybe like 12,000,
And here you're gonna net
double.
25,000, and then you have a 10% fee that gets paid to the list and everything. So here you're gonna net 22,000. So you would have netted 12,000. So you're gonna net almost double. You're gonna net 10 grand more for sure.
Yeah, and it's my company,
Right.
right? Like it's going to me.
Right.
There's no other person that's getting a cut and a cut. So like it's nice. It's just yeah. And that's a small one, right? Like that's,
Right.
I'm excited that there's gonna be like really big ones in the future. So it's
Right.
yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like if this was so this was not this was it wasn't a home run deal. It's a great deal, don't get me wrong, but if it
Yeah.
was what we call a Sasquatch, you would have made 60,000 at least. So it's not a bad way to get your feet wet though.
Yeah, I'm definitely happy I went through it because I was telling you I wanted like proof of concept. I needed to see it like actually work.
Yeah.
And so now that I'm in the trenches and I was able to see everything, I'm
Yeah.
like, it's just like rinse and repeat now, you
Yeah.
know? So I think with everybody, you just go through one and then like you'll be fine. Like it's just get off don't be nervous about calling everybody and giving them low offers. Like just you'll get used to it after a while.
Give
Like
everybody low offers.
everybody's on sale. Everyone's
Right.
on sale.
Right.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's a great piece of advice is don't be scared to just give everybody offers. Offer every single person you talk to, even if they sound like they're not gonna play ball, doesn't hurt. It's a numbers game. If you statistically make enough offers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cecilia's got her hand up. How you doing? How about we
Uh,
open it up and let people ask questions?
Yeah, for sure.
I have a question for Nadia. Like, how much did you assign it for?
You want the numbers?
Well, I mean, like your sale price, because initially your deal sounded like the margin wasn't too much, and I'm just
Yeah, that's what people thought, because they thought it was a skinny deal. But so I offered the seller 650,000. Mind you, she paid 700, so she lost 50 grand on this transaction. And then I put 30,000 assignment fee on top, so it was 680,000. But the opportunity after the appraisal is like finishing the basement and just some cosmetic stuff. And if you're able to do that, I think it would be in a spring market close to 9. And so when we actually got the appraisal, instead of just talking about the numbers, it solidified, it was a good deal. So yeah.
well, I mean, like the buyer. How much did the buyer? So the buyer is buying it for 680, but do you know if the buyer is a flipper or a buy and hold?
So I mean, they're flippers, right? So they're, yeah, so they're, so I signed it today. So they signed everything. We're gonna go to the lawyers to make sure everything's legit. And then, they put up the deposit, but what I did for them, because I know it's their first, flip with us, that I didn't take my assignment fee until the closing.
Okay.
So what I did was I allowed them to put the deposit of 10,000 on the house for the conditional period after the conditional period is done. And then I'll get paid on closing, which is the February the 12th.
Okay.
So
So
what,
it made it
what-
kind of easy for everyone.
I just want to say that you did a really good job of reading the situation and understanding that they're beginners, and to make, sometimes when people are beginners, like, and they're buying a property from you, you have to like baby them and make make it as path of least resistance for them. So by waiting till the deal closes to get your assignment fee, it can help somebody who's getting started. But if they were like seasoned, hard-nosed investors who have cash, we would have asked for the 30,000 assignment fee upfront without,
Yeah.
before, like right away. Today, we would have been asking for it in hand. But you did a really good job of balancing all of the things there. Cecilia, did you have more questions?
Yeah.